What's going on, everyone? It's Chris, and this is Marketing Mandems, episode 6. I'm here with
Nathan
and Ryan.
Today we're here to talk to you guys about the world of marketing for small businesses, all that good stuff. We're just going to have a little chat. So, so it's been a while since our last pod. We've been busy, but we're back. We're back. Ain't really leave, but I'm back. So, gentlemen, what's new in the world?
What is new in the world?
DMing, cold calling, just trying to get new business.
Yes.
Always.
Buddy, here we go. Here's a fun marketing one. If you were a submarine company, how would you recover from what just happened? What do you think?
Was it the CEO that went down? Was he driving?
He was in there with them. Yeah. He's gone too.
Not much.
Oh, you're talking about like another submarine. That's interesting.
Let's say you were the competitor to this company, and your goal was to sell tickets to go see some other shipwreck. Now you're like, man,
we build ships that make it to the surface. Is that too soon?
Yeah. Would you take that route? Like, people are going to be terrified.
I would say you don't say it that way, but now is the time to like hammer home the safety. Like, experience a little bit, safety maximum.
Maybe you promote that you use something else besides an Xbox controller as like your guide of navigation.
Yeah, again, like not with directly like shitting on them, because then
it's untasteful right now. It's too soon. Yeah, you can't make jokes or anything like that.
Except half the internet is just memes of
of course.
Yeah, cater to them without using their tone.
Yeah.
The other thing too is like, I think probably the best way to rebuild the brand would be to demonstrate. So like, I think they'd have to send maybe an autonomous version down to the bottom to prove that the sub can actually make it. Because the crazy thing is
that company itself, that it might be just
the crazy thing though, like with that company was if you were on that sub, rest in peace to all the people. It's horrible what happened.
Course.
But if you were on that sub and you were sitting beside the CEO, you 100% were thinking to yourself, well, this is going to be fun. Well, we're with the CEO.
Yeah, this one ain't going down.
It's going to be fine. And then...
Well, this was like I thought it was like their 11th or something trip. Like
with
down
the
there.
Same boat?
I don't know if it was with the same one, but they made like 10 or 11 ventures down there.
Did you guys see, did you see any of the video of inside the sub?
Yeah.
No.
Did you see? Bro, it was so small. That alone... I would have gotten in there like above land and been like, there's no way I'm going in this thing for more than 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm pretty claustrophobic.
I would not have done well, let alone 5 people. I was trying to figure out how they fit 5 people in there when I saw it. I'm like, it's crazy.
If they offered you a free ticket, which actually I don't know if you guys heard about that. Mr. Beast, they offered him a free spot on there. Actually, I don't know if it was free, but I guess they offered him the last spot or whatever it was. But that's pretty wild if he accepted
like to hear his take on that.
Yeah.
He's thinking.
No, exactly. I don't. Yeah, craziness. Okay.
So would you ever accept to go down? Let's say they offered you a free spot, and it was like the most.
Not now.
No.
It was like the most secure thing ever. No.
Honestly, like I've accepted that. Even the Virgin Galactic shit. No thanks. Not for me. Where you can go to like the outer edge of the atmosphere, almost in space and stuff.
How much are those tickets?
I think they're cheaper than the sub was. They're still like
$150 for the sub.
Yeah, they're 100 and something thousand each for Virgin Galactic.
I wonder how much that makes a year.
I feel
like
people
want to do that.
I mean, I don't even know how you'd get like what kind of insurance do you need? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of business insurance do you need to be like, we're gonna fly people to the outer reaches of the Earth? Okay.
We should have just gotten the insurance game.
Yeah,
we fucked up.
It's a huge game.
Insurance for submarines.
Shout out PBD.
Yeah. Well, no, that company's paying out a lot of money. That company
pay out a bunch of billionaire families.
Yeah, that company's done, bro. Yeah.
My husband would have made $2 billion this year, so just cover that.
Yeah, exactly. No, that company's done. Whoever insured the sub company is finished.
What kind of marketing do you think they need to convince a general populace of people to be like, you know what, it's super safe now to go on submarines, like super affordable.
Yeah, like
that's the thing, right? Like
just not now.
I think here's the thing though,
time more than anything.
I mean, honestly, I think we're gonna get like drones down there, and we'll have like VR experiences that'll be like pretty much as good without having to fork out all the money.
That's
right?
the thing, though. I think with like those tickets, it was more of a this is what I did. Like
Yeah.
more like dinner party cred.
I went
kinda what the
I went
ticket
to the
is.
Titanic. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could say I watched a video of the Titanic and like someone else could be like, yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Saw
put
it
on
on
a VR
YouTube.
headset,
You know what I mean?
but
Yeah.
until you
But-
actually, it's like, I went to space. Like, not many people can say that. So
Yeah.
it's a rarity thing.
That's a good point. Yeah, it is kind of to tell other people about that like
Yeah.
once in a lifetime, experience
Oh, God.
that you had.
What kind of buttons you got?
Yeah. All right. So,
Mm.
number 2, obviously we're still in the midst of the Target and Bud Light saga.
Mm.
I wanted to actually touch on Target for a second. So Target obviously comes out with the underwear that are tuck friendly. I don't even know what that means. But anyways, then everyone
I think it's when you
backlashes. Yeah.
Put your thing in your crack.
Really? Is that
Yeah.
what it was?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. Okay. So they come out with that.
Jesus.
I heard from
Oh, yeah.
you just gave me that look.
It's not first-hand experience on there.
Yeah.
So they come out with that, and then they pull them off the shelves.
Mm.
So not only are the families and the people that didn't like that stuff against them, but then they pull them off the shelves and they receive backlash from the LGBTQ community. So
Yeah.
Target has now pissed everyone off, essentially.
Well done.
So how how do you think a company recover? How do you recover from that? There we go. Let's play.
Well,
You're in the boardroom. Target calls us right
Yeah.
now. It's like, boys,
Yeah.
you guys got to save the company. You got to
Interesting.
save our public perception. What are we going to do?
Well, first, like we talked about this before, it's you should never promote anything you don't 100% stand by. So if they're already willing to just pull it right back off the shelves, like you can just tell it's not even a part of what they stand for to begin with. But it's hard to come back from that. Like for them, I think it's just time, like letting people try and forget about this. But I don't even know how you try and what recovery efforts you do in terms of marketing. People will just think it's so insincere, at least right now.
Yeah. The nice thing is people's attention span is so low. They're like couple months, forget
Yeah.
about it. They hope. It's just interesting. It's an interesting little time they were in because I feel like last year you do anything trans, anything gay, nobody's going to say anything about it. So the usual advice of like just stick to your demographic, like who, I mean, with Target, it's a huge fucking demographic, but don't, cut someone else out of your demographic. They might have just not known that they were doing that like kind of the general public was like enough of shoving this in like
Yeah.
everybody's face. That being said, coming back from it like if time wasn't a factor, if you had to say something now, if they were like, yeah, to us,
have
we
to do it.
need
we need something now. That's the thing.
I'd go completely against them. Like I know it's such a small demographic of people, though it is growing, like the transgender community, LGBTQ, and I've heard from some people too, like grouping in trans with LGBTQ, whatever, is like, I don't know, it's kind of a mix mash. Like a lot of even just gay and lesbian people, they're not even for that. So maybe if you just go completely against it and say like, you know what, that was just one person. This is not what we support at all. Like,
No, I know what you're saying.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe saying we still support like your lifestyle. We made a mistake making it so like flashy in our stores and pushing it in other people's faces. That's where we made our mistake. We know it. We still like not saying, we made a mistake even catering to these people. It's like, no, what we did is cross the line as far as exposure. We learned that lesson. Some kind of campaign of we support your homes, like what you do in your homes. Just we need to be more precious about what we do in our stores.
Yeah,
Something
I know what
like
you're
that.
saying. I'd
It'll
probably
still
do the
piss
same
off
thing.
The like far extremist, whatever you call it, but
No,
I had to say something.
If I had to say something, I'd do the same. Now, with one key difference, I'd get very Machiavellian, and I would find someone inside the company to take the complete fall for it. I would. You'd have to. If you have
rubber
to,
green.
if you have to turn the thing around right now, genuinely, you got to find whoever
find that scapegoat.
Whoever pushed the button on this, whoever let this go through. It's the same thing with the Bud Light.
Well, they did.
director
They fired
of marketing.
that person, but it's still their brand's tarnished. At least
Yeah,
it's
that's fine.
tainted.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
I've heard lots about the Bud Light thing.
The Bud Light,
Nothing
like
about
the lady that was kind of pressed the green light on the Bud Light marketing campaign, she's gone too. She got fired.
Really interesting.
She got blasted.
It's interesting because she had to like take that up with higher ups, get
Oh,
a bunch
yeah.
of yeses, and
so much
it's
bureaucracy.
like, this is a good idea, right? Like, yeah. No.
That's it. That's what happens, right? Like it's they needed a cat's paw though. Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
You need someone to take the fall, and that's what they're doing. So. Yeah. What do you guys think about the Bud Light situation? We kind of touched on it, but how would you turn that?
Can you give me like a down low of like the specifics? So
Bud Light came out and like sponsored. Is it Dylan Mulvaney?
Yeah.
Who is a transgender
TikTok guy.
Yeah, I don't even know who he is.
And then
boy to girl or girl to boy?
I can't remember. I think it was boy to girl. I rarely hear about the other way. It's very much so One Direction.
It was boy to girl.
Yeah, I don't know.
They put him on like some cans or something, some promo thing.
Yeah,
and he came out. I think it was on his TikTok and was like, "Thanks Bud Light for doing this or whatever."
Do you want to know what's funny too? Nike did something with Dylan too, but the difference is like because the Bud Light was taking so much heat, the Nike thing just got like under the rug. No one even knows. No one even thinks about the
like
Nike
the
thing.
Difference in demographic. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah, it was interesting because it was Nike did it to promote, I believe it was like sports bras and like kind of those like products. I don't know the exact details of that, but it was just funny that the Nike kind of pairing got way less attention than I think the Dylan Mulvaney one got so much attention.
Did Nike pull that then before it
No,
caught
I think
more
it's
attention?
I think they just kind of like probably just did it and just like left it alone. Like just because like Nike actually, if they did leave it alone, I'm not 100% sure. It was a master stroke because then the LGBTQ community can't come out and say, "Oh, these guys pulled it. Oh, they're not actually with us." It's just like, "Oh, we did this, and it's over here, and there it is."
It's still there. We're not pumping money into it, but
here
it is.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're not gonna do it again because now it's like the narrative is slowly kind of. It feels like it's changing to a certain extent, or at least like. People are just, I mean.
Well, remember we talked about Balenciaga before, I think, like last year on our pod. Does anyone know how they're doing now? Like, is there...
I'll tell you a funny story. So, I don't know how they're doing financially, but
no one's talking about it.
Well, it gets better. But I do know that all of their sunglasses are on Saks off Fifth Avenue on clearance right now if you want any Balenciaga sunglasses.
Okay.
So now, that is not normally a brand I would see on clearance. Like I go to that store, not regularly, but like probably once a season I find myself in like Saks or Nordstrom's, whatever. And Saks off Fifth Ave, for everyone who's watching doesn't know, it's just like pretty much when Saks can't sell certain products, they'll end up on like pretty much like a discount store, right? It's like discounted designer, if you want to call it that.
Would you go as far as it's like a Winners?
For higher end though, because like like Winners, but like higher end Winners, like you can find like Ferragamo loafers in like weird colors in weird sizes, and maybe it fits your feet, and you find a gem, right? It's actually
but same like paradigm.
Same idea.
It's not working in the stores. Put it in the
pretty much ends up in like a discount. Like Saks Off is literally their like discount outlet retail store for anything that doesn't sell in store, right?
Gotcha.
And so the Balenciaga sunglass section though was packed, and I'd never seen Balenciaga at Saks off Fifth Ave before, and it was funny. I'm like, holy
packed
crap.
in terms of there's a lot of people there buying them?
No.
Okay.
Just inventory. Inventory was packed.
Okay, so then maybe that's a telltale of how they're doing. I'd actually be interested to check at their like their stock price in general, see how that's been.
Yeah, I don't think they're publicly traded, so I don't know. I don't think so. So I don't know where we would find some data on Balenciaga's like sales numbers, but I'm sure it took a big hit because like I said, like just seeing packed in sunglasses.
That's one of them that like with the Bud Light thing and the Target thing, you still have some people like coming to no, they did the right thing until you pull it and then piss off everybody. But with Balenciaga, they got no supporters.
No.
It's like that's just everybody agrees that's holy shit, that's fucked up.
Yeah, like everyone's moral compass is pointed in like the same direction of like, that's not okay.
And that's I mean, I didn't have much affiliation with Balenciaga before, so that's kind of the problem for me. But now they're the people that put sex toys on kids. That's all I think.
That's
about.
it. Yeah, that's the connection.
So as far as people that like are in a position where they could have been your customers, I have a feeling that's all gone.
Yeah, they're gone.
I have the same
never
thing. Like
again.
I was never Balenciaga or had any of that, but now it's like
the affiliation.
I just know about that, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna go and buy any Balenciaga.
I'll pick a different higher end.
No, exactly. Yeah, I'll pick a different brand. Yeah, I always wanted, like, there was this one Balenciaga, like, iconic, just black Balenciaga hoodie that I wanted, and I will never buy that thing now.
I'm pretty sure, like, throughout the playoffs or something, I saw Joel Embiid with a Balenciaga sweater. I'm like, nah, that's interesting. Pretty sure it was Joel. Shout out Joel.
Yeah.
Rocking Balenciaga.
Band-Aid. Band-Aid Joel. Yeah. Trying to think of other brands that have had a major faux pas or, like, okay, what brands have popped off recently?
I see Taco Bell on social media really.
VaynerMedia is doing it. That's why. Yeah.
That vibe is that's working for me.
Yeah.
I just won't eat Taco Bell, but I like them.
It's interesting. So yeah, it's interesting how like that happens sometimes where you follow a brand but never really consume any of their products.
Yeah. I just like the vibe of it. I could see why people would start going now.
It's like 90s vibe, right? Like, kind of retro.
Yeah, like 90s meets 80s almost.
Yeah.
With the color scheme.
No,
they do a lot of celebrity collabs and stuff, don't they?
I haven't seen any.
Oh.
Enough for me, but
my fascination, my case study recently has been like Crumble Cookies.
Oh yeah.
So Crumble Cookies is like a chain in the States. It went from 0 to 300 stores from 2017 till the present. They just surpassed $1 billion in sales. And so what they do is they have 6 new flavors drop every week, like new cookies. And then so there's like this novelty aspect baked into their business model where 6 new flavors are being dropped each week. You need to run in and try the new flavors. And then so they drop them all on social media Sunday night. Like you have this big like social media kind of launch party every week, about 6 new flavors. And then the community, just for the week.
Wow.
And then the community runs out to go and eat these cookies and try them. And everyone makes TikTok reviews of like, oh, Crumble Cookies this week, like blah, blah, blah.
Huh.
And
so you never have the same flavor.
So there's a few core flavors that stay, like chocolate chip and things like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
but then there's 6 rotating every week, and then sometimes like they'll have like throwbacks where like a really big one will come back, and like it's this.
That's cool.
It's pretty, and the community engagement is like the user generated content from them insane.
Yeah, I went to them in Philly, tried it out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Good. Yeah.
You try one of the crazy flavors?
Just got a whole box of whatever they had, like all the new ones, and it was just lined up outside.
Wow.
Yeah,
they're packed. Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
Selling the event of it more than the actual cookie.
It's super cool. Well, because like novelty with those types of products is super important. Like if you can bake that into customers coming in to try like something new, right? The nice thing about a cookie is like you're gonna eat it pretty much instantly. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like you have a long consumption cycle. Yeah. So the novelty's baked right in where you're like, oh, like new cookie, like go in, eat it. Do I like this one? Do I like the other one better? But it's just like the excitement, the enjoyment of it, right?
The scarcity of it too. Then it's gone next week. Like, do they rotate and come back?
Some of them do come back. I don't know if all of them come back though. Yeah. Like I was listening to a few podcasts with the founders because this business was kind of like very like interesting to me with the business that I'm in. And so I watched a podcast with the founder, and he was saying like usually they go through a bunch of test marketing. So what'll happen is like they'll like create the product, they'll do like local tests, then they have a few corporate stores that they'll like test the product at to see if like people actually like it, and then it'll get rolled out like to all the stores. Like this is probably happening weeks before, like when they have like almost testing of flavors like quietly at certain locations, and then so they always have like 6 in the bank, 6 in the bank, 6 in the bank.
Gotcha.
Because they even need to get then all these ingredients out to every store. Like when these cookies, you know what I mean? It's logistically it adds a lot of complexity. But if you're like vertically integrated, where you control your supply chain from the bottom up, or the top down rather, then you can implement this. It does take a lot of like logistics and organization, but obviously for them, like that's their core differentiator.
It's a really cool business model. Can you see another company, not necessarily maybe fast food or cookies or something, maybe even fast food, something that can also do well, like in the U.S. or Canadian market, that could use that kind of similar concept?
Zara does the exact same thing. Zara has clothing, limited runs. They own all their factories. They pump out clothing. It comes to the store. When it's gone, never again. They have their essentials that they remake. But otherwise, Zara, every time you go there, anything that's like new, novel, that's in there today and gone tomorrow. And so, and Zara was like, the founder of Zara was the richest man in the world for a while. They had
what?
Yeah, he owns, is that the same guy?
No, not LVMH.
Oh.
No, different guy. But so Zara, though, because they own all their factories, they're able to go from like idea, sketch, pattern being made in production in like a way shorter time for the fashion industry.
Wow.
Yeah. So instead of offshoring everything, they don't make everything. A lot of these companies make everything in Bangladesh, China, India, things like that. Zara actually owns a lot of their factories in Spain and Portugal. So they're able to push this stuff out at like lightning speed. And the qualities, I mean, I own a lot of stuff from Zara. It's, bro, until you can afford designer, it's the next best thing. So I think everyone, Zara's mint. And their business model's pretty impressive.
Interesting.
All right, boys, let's wrap it. What do you want to leave the viewers with?
Who you got? Zuckerberg or Musk?
Oh, buddy, the great debate of our time.
I can't go against Musk. I don't want to be cheering for Zuck, so
I
gotta go Musk.
I gotta cheer for Elon, but genuinely, I heard Zuckerberg's been training jiu-jitsu for like a long time.
Isn't he a black belt?
If he's a black belt, Jesus.
Maybe he's not a black belt, but
incognito. He went to a tournament
and won.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
I don't know how high.
Well, he could be fighting the same level belt, so it's not like.
I mean, against an untrained guy.
Yeah, but he's probably like, give me some money under the table.
I don't know. Maybe. I hope Elon wins. I hope Elon knocks him out. Like in emphatic. Like, how much would you pay to see like Zuck's just unconscious, like stiff, like convulsing on the canvas? Elon just standing over him with a puzzled look on his face. Fuck. I mean, if I don't know what they're gonna do for weight class. Elon is so much bigger than Mark.
Yeah, that's the one thing he's got. But if it goes to the ground, I got Mark. Just because he's got unless Elon's been training, he doesn't look. No offense, Elon. He doesn't look like it.
No, he's running like he's the CEO of like fucking 3 companies. I don't even know how the guy has time to sleep.
I think it was Valuetainment that just shared Elon was out grappling or something
with Lex Friedman.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Fuck. Well, okay. Well, guys, we'll report back. Anyways, guys, we're gonna be back on the pod grind, so we'll see you again next week for another episode, and we'll come a bit more prepared. Although this cold riff,
I liked it.
Pretty solid.
It was nice.
Yeah. All right.
Goodbye.
Arrivederci.